Welcome back to another Mind the Mic podcast. Another episode of what I'm going to call Shubz POV. Shub's point of view. Shout out to the POVs out there. Oh, all the aunties and uncles digging on the POVs. If you like POV nucks, you know what I'm talking about. If you know what nucks is, if you don't nuck, then you ain't gonna nuck. The name POV, point of view, came from my bro Stu. He was like, because Stu and Maddie, they started doing another show where they interview people, well, starting with me and just breaking down some of my interviews, but hopefully they branch off and, we can tee up some interviews for the legends themselves, which will be cool. Yeah. So this is Shubz POV episode 3. If you've listened to all of them, you'll know that episode 44, that was the first solo episode. That's when we transitioned from me and the boys that were with me before to where we are now and where we were moving towards. So I just laid all that out. That's episode 44, and I'm calling that Shubz POV 1. And this is, and then I just did one the other day. We were meant to film another one today. We actually did, but a couple of things happened. And yeah, so now I have to do this. So I thought if I need to fill episodes in, and because I've got so many episodes that are like got a while to come out, I might as well just actually I can talk about them. So at the moment we've got all the way to 213. So this episode will be episode 175. So this will be episode 175, but we have all the way to episode 213 already recorded. Actually, 215 already recorded. So they're already up and at them. They're already there, already ready to be published. So just gotta do what I do there. Yeah. I just want to shout out to everybody that's been a guest on here too. I did a little post the other day shouting out to all the guests on here. Big love to you. Yeah, I don't even know what I was going to talk about. I just thought, we're meant to run an episode in this slot, and I've got so many ahead that I couldn't be bothered changing all the numbers. And not only could I not be bothered changing the numbers, I also have a special. I have it specially set out because I wanted certain episodes to be a certain number, and I don't know if it's OCD or anything, but because of that, I'm like, I better leave it like that. And shout out to my bloody cracked lip. Does anybody get any cracked lips out of you? But yeah, I better leave it like that. And in order for me to leave it, because we couldn't slot this episode in, I thought I'll record one. And here we are recording an episode. Yeah, to be honest, I should probably be more prepared. Yeah, I just sort of run it. I just sort of run it when I do my own. Like I listen to each person and try and find information on them, but a lot of the conversation just delves into who they are through their lens and through their mouth at the time. So, and then I just give my view on it, and then also just I don't know. I'm an amateur podcaster. I mean, 200 under my belt nearly, or 200 filmed under my belt, so I should be a bit better than amateur. I should be considering myself maybe I'm like whatever the next level is from amateur. There's just still amateur. Nah, I still feel like amateur. Like wipe out for life is a big philosophy. I don't know if you know that terminology. You heard of that? Wipe out for life. If you're listening, if you do martial arts, a lot of the time the first belt you get is a white belt. So yeah. White belt for life, fam. And in saying that, just means you can learn. Like you're always learning, ever growing. Can never know everything, sort of thing. What do they call it? Glass half full. I don't know. Yeah. Even maybe you could have a glass that's just your glass could be your morals, and the glass is empty, so you can just always be added to. My grandfather always used to say, don't have a box, then you can't be contained. You know what I mean? So you know how they say think outside the box? He just always say don't have a box, then you can't be contained. So yeah, that's sort of where I'm at with that. The plan is to record 444 episodes by the end of the year. I've done the math, and I think we're going to smash it at this pace. We're pretty much releasing 12 episodes a week. So will be one episode a day as an interview episode, and then we also do UBUs on Mondays. The sports, we do the sports as well. The UBUs are usually live stream, but they're going to be pre-recorded for a while. We're just building out something there. And then we do the sports review preview show, which when the NRL season finishes, that'll turn into probably like a gaming show. And then we'll build out a gaming show. And then when the next year comes around, we'll do gaming and thing, but just be us playing games and talking smack, really. Me and Stu, we always played games together. And then Sundays is empathy and energy. But on the Tuesday and the Thursday, Tuesdays is going to be a solo episode every week. So it won't be like this willy-nilly one. I'll have a proper prepared one. Speaking on, I don't know, depends on the week, or it's from my point of view, right? It's Shubs' point of view. Thanks to Stu for the name. Stu was actually he thought of naming the show, him and Maddie are doing his Shubs point of view because they're interviewing me to start with. But for me, I want them to get better at interviewing, so then eventually they could interview, maybe do their separate shows and interview other people, or we could all do an interview together and interview people together. So yeah, that's the goal for me. Damn crack lips. Any advice for cracked lips out there? I mean, I got this chapstick. Shout out to the sis Maddie. She'd be hooking me up fucking with the old chappy do. But yeah, do you got any advice on chapstick lips out there? Because I don't know, why does love do this to me? Shout out to the chapstick lips. I don't think I really got into it last week. So I'm a father of three children, a boy, 2 boys, 1 girl. I'm Maori. I'm born in Whakatane, but lived everywhere in the great land of the long white cloud. Some people get a bit controversial about that name. Not just the Taiti Waitis either, even some brown brothers that believe that's not our name originally. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, some people like, hey, you gotta call it Luterini by the thing, and then they raise up the fucking flag, the original flag, or the He Whakaputanga flag, which cracks me up because it's just like an English flag, like with the like St. George. It's like the England flag with a few more stars and blue dots in it. So I'm trying to get someone on that knows more about that stuff to talk about it. So yeah, maybe they can. What else was on my mind? I don't really have a lot right now. It's doing a lot of work, pumping out episodes. Did one with the sis Krista tonight. She was pretty crack up. It seemed like she was like bored, not of me, but of her own stories. She's probably like, bro, ask me some new questions, cause yeah, I think she just CBF talking about her work that day, but then we got into it more, and then she started flowing a bit more. But she's so cool. She's cool, man. She's a fitness trainer. She has multiple sclerosis. Sclerosis. Oh, I don't even know how to say that. Multiple sclerosis. I think that's how you say it. But she didn't even really know how to explain what it was. But there was the theme for a lot of it. But she's just fun. She's cool. There was a cool one. I did one with Shorty Pestilence, who's a rapper from Perth originally, between Perth and her and I had a crazy similar life, so that was pretty trippy. Like in the fact that we lived all over the place, we were never really stable growing up, and yeah, her thoughts on a lot of things are pretty. I feel very advanced for she's 22 years of age. She has 2 children, but the way she sees the world is like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? I don't even know if I thought that way when I was 22, man. So she's pretty on. Shout out to the sis and her little family she has in Gisborne. But that was me today. Only a couple of episodes today. A couple of others, but we'll talk about those later. Yeah, Mind the Mic podcast on all platforms if you haven't already. And if you listen this far, you probably already know we're on all platforms. Mind the Mic podcast. We have multiple shows, multiple interviews, and we're going to have multiple interviewers soon. So yeah. But yeah, check this out. I'll keep putting up these solo episodes. This is a get full episode, but hey, it's content, right? So, and I'll do these every Tuesday. Every Thursday is going to be Maddie and Stu doing their show. At the start, we're going to break down all the interviews I've done more in depth and have a good yarn about it. But we'll see. And later on, they might branch into something else, or they might even split and do their own thing as well as this. But we want to show love back to everybody that's come on. So everyone that's come on the podcast, and I don't see many podcasts going down and then breaking down all the interviews, and then also I look at it in a way they can sharpen their skills. Stu and Maddie can sharpen their skills. I'm gonna say sharpen their skills as interviewers, and then me learn how to be a guest, and yeah, I don't know. We're all learning out here, right? But I appreciate everybody that supports the podcast in any way. As I say, even if it's just 1 minute of your time, if it's hours and hours of listening, if it's you like every post, or I mean, that'll be pretty hard because there's fucking heaps. Even I know there's heaps, but where we lack in like following and and like reach, we're gonna make up for it just in volume by like just putting out as much content as possible. Whatever hits, and whatever value lands. Good shit always lands, so we'll just put it out there. And there's plenty of game and a lot of things that is put out there from a lot of the legends that come on, including the hosts that I have that are co-hosts with me all the time. Yeah. Mind the mic though, like I'm really enjoying the journey. Launched in January, it's now May the 23rd. Yeah, we've gone through a few different cycles, but I think we're in a good place and we're just moving forward from here. So yeah, big love, big blessings to everybody that's out there. I appreciate you. I should have put up my new point of view thing behind me. Eh? Yeah, probably should have. I'll do it next time. Yeah, Shub's point of view. That's Shub's point of view for tonight. My point of view could change tomorrow, but that's it for tonight. Appreciate you, anybody that listened. If you did listen to me waffle on, I'm gonna go have a feed. Hungry, chicken and rice. Up the chicken and rice. Big love.